Live from Studio 1396, this is The Late Lap, brought to you loud and proud by, well, anybody willing to pay the bills over here. 100,000 watts of all-American electricity, Columbus, Ohio. We've got a great show. And if you'll pardon old AJ, dealing with a little bit of voice recovery, which is not always what you want when you're hosting a program, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's okay. We're going to have a great time, and we have a great guest, one in Justin Ashley, the most recent winner in the NHRA Top Fuel Tour. You know, you'll hear a lot in this sport about Indy, and Indianapolis is where they say it all began. The bricks, the glory. Indy is special. The ghost of the legend still pacing pit road. It's a city that practically breathes motorsports. You walk downtown during PRI and it's like being inside the world's loudest family reunion. Half the NHRA paddock lives there. Most IndyCar teams do too. It's where deals are made and dreams are drawn on napkins in hotel lobbies. But for me, old AJ here, Studio 1396, home doesn't echo from a museum or Media Center Ballroom. Home is Norwalk, Ohio. It's a strip of asphalt lined by trees that seem to lean in, and they listen. It's the thunderclap of a Top Fuel burnout rumbling in my ribcage. It's sweat in my eyes, nitro in my lungs, and sunburn that I'm still dealing with here on Tuesday night. Norwalk isn't just the center of motorsports, but it's my center. And when the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals hit town this summer, the forecast didn't just call for heat. It brought a full-blown furnace, mid-90s. Humidity so thick it wrapped around your neck like a fire suit. The kind of weather where your shirt sticks to your spine and your water bottle turns warm in just about 5 minutes. And still, the grandstands remain full. Fans clung to their seats like they were watching the Super Bowl. Kids buzzed with a sugar in one hand and a sunscreen in the other. A dad pointed to a funny car warming up, and his son, wide-eyed, just whispered, "Whoa." You can't fake that kind of awe. You can't stage it. It has to live in you. That's Norwalk. It's not just a race, it's a homecoming. And just like any proper homecoming, there were stars and there were stories. Justin Ashley, that kid is dialed in, but he has been all year. And in Norwalk, he wasn't just consistent, he was commanding. A 3.752 second blast at 3:30. In qualifying number 2 put him at the top of the field, and he stayed there. They never flinched. He beat Farley, then Josh Hart, Sean Langdon, and Clay Millican in that final round, then held a 0.27 reaction time in that final like it was his secret weapon, the one that really isn't so secret. You know what makes it even sweeter is his dad Mike Ashley won here in Funny Car in 07. So when Justin said this one was personal at the top end, he meant it. It wasn't just a trophy, it was a legacy and a check mark on a dream he's carried ever since he was licensed. Speaking of dreams, Austin Prock doesn't just win races, he storms through them. 2 wins in a row now. Richmond, then Norwalk. That Cornwell Tools car looks like it was built in a lab. He took down Dale Creasy Jr., Tasca, Caps, then Hagen. And Hagen, man, to steal it, that's a big deal. A 4.06 with a 4 to Hagen's 4.09 with a 9. It was tight, it was gritty, and it ended with a win light in Prock's lane. He said he had to wrangle the car like a sprint car gone rogue. But when you're that dialed in, even sideways ends in victory. And get this, Cornwell Tools is headquartered in Ohio. So Austin didn't just win a race, he brought home hardware. Prock leads the points now, no surprise, and his teammate Jack Beckman, he had a solid day, made it to the semis, just barely lost to Hagen by 1/10,000th of a second. I believe that's technically 1 eyelash, 1 heartbeat, 1 whisper. That's how fine the margins were in that class. But sometimes the wins that hit hardest aren't the ones from favorites or frontrunners. They're from guys like Cory Reed, Last year, Cory was still learning how to tune a pro stock car. This year, he's winning in one. He beat names like Troy Coughlin Jr., Greg Anderson, and then Dallas Glenn in the final. Glenn's car shook. Reed's didn't. An 012 light and a 664 second pass got him the Wally. But what got me, the way that he said it, choked up, emotional, and honest. I've struggled with my lights, he said, but I stepped up my game when I had to. I've got great people around me, and that's racing. That's family. We were in the media center when Cory Reed came up. I've been very fortunate to be around a lot of media centers and a lot of different types of motorsport, even a little bit of baseball and football. And when I tell you I've never seen something as interesting as what we saw with Cory Reed's win, I'm telling you the truth. Where there were competitors from multiple classes, and I won't mislead you, it wasn't 50 of them, but it was remarkable how they sat down, holding their head in their lap. They wanted to know what he had to say, and it was emotional. And he definitely swore and definitely cried. It was cool. And if Cory Reed made you tear up, John Hall probably broke you. 12 years, that's how long it's been since he won. And here he was, back on top in pro stock motorcycle, as nearly 200 mile an hour on a machine that demands perfection. He rode the American Rebel Beer Bull past Wesley Wells, Mark Ingverson, and Gage Herrera. Then finally, the recent favorite, Richard Gadsden, in the final round. 6.88 seconds of glory. He said, "You never know if you're going to get another one." And I think that even us outsiders really know what it means, because at the end of the day, you're always rooting for something. You're rooting for a sports team, a politician, a business, something that you believe in to have one more chance. Just like that, you remember, these aren't just racers. They are humans. And John Hall certainly is. Humans who fight, who fall, and fight again. And that's Norwalk. Even qualifying had the stories. Friday and Saturday, Justin Ashley again went number one in Top Fuel and turned it into a win. Cruz Pedregon went number one in the funny car. He did red light in the semis. Greg Anderson qualified first in Pro Stock, but got bounced by Reed, and Matt Smith led Pro Stock motorcycle until Gadsden ended his run early. But here's the thing. Norwalk isn't about who didn't win. It's about who showed up. It's the little boy covered in sweat and snow cone syrup who now wants to be a crew chief. Norwalk is about the woman from Akron who drove 3 hours just to see Jack Beckman. It's me, a 34-year-old kid from Columbus, Ohio, still getting goosebumps when the call goes out, Top Fuel to the lanes. It's where people don't just come for a race, they come for a memory. Bill Bader Jr. reminded us all in the press center on Friday morning. He said, "This is the entertainment business." But at Norwalk, it feels like church. The gospel of horsepower, the communion of burnt rubber and adrenaline. It's where time doesn't stop, but it slows long enough to savor. And as the final cars loaded up, the sun dipped low and the echoes of engines gave way to quiet. I honestly stood there in pit lane. My shirt was still soaked, my feet caked in sticky lane prep. I had said goodbye to my friends and foes up in the media center and congratulated the great winners of the day. It never gets enough and it never gets old, and I felt it. You see, before I had the great privilege of having even a small role within this great sport of drag racing, we raced here. The Tiger Paw TNT Motorsport team raced Dodge race cars down the Great Drag Strip in Norwalk and National Trail Raceway in Columbus. We made it our home. Weekends after weekends we came here with Kyle's mother's Dodge Dart. Kyle's mom passed 10, 12 years ago now. 2013, it's been 12 years. Nikki loved that Dodge. She loved drag racing. And we love Norwalk. We love the Night Under Fire. And every single time I walk through Mr. Bader's fences, I don't care that it comes off unprofessional. I don't care that a word that I fight so regularly where I say I'm not a fan still comes out. That place is special. It means the world to me, and I can't thank Mr. Bader and his great family enough for welcoming us. That thing you only feel every so often is real there for me. What most of you in our world feel when you are racing in Indy, I feel in Norwalk. I was home. So thank you, Norwalk, for the noise, for the heat, for the heartbreak, and the happiness. We'll see you next year. Same track, same sun, same feeling. When we return, winner in NHRA's Norwalk Top Fuel event, Justin Ashley joins us. You're watching Late Lap. Thank you. We'll be right back.
A 27 light for Justin Ashley, absolutely dictating terms on the starting line, and he wins on a hole shot. 393 beats a 392. He is a weapon.
There was nothing to be disputed here other than the fact that you just knocked the tree down once again, 27 on the tree, and that makes you our top fuel champion here at the Summit Equipment Racing NHRA Nationals. What do you have to say?
Wow is what I have to say. This is absolutely spectacular. My father won here in Funny Car in 2007, and I've always dreamed of winning right here in Norwalk, and this is so incredibly special to me. I have to thank our entire team. They do such an amazing job. They make my job so easy. I'm just along for the ride. Mike Green, Tommy DeLago, Dustin Davis are amazing individuals. They're great at what they do. Thank you to Randy, Maria, the team from Skag Power Equipment, Toyota Gazoo Racing. None of this would be possible without Skag. We might celebrate by riding a Turf Tiger later tonight. RCN Capital, Impact, Kato, Mac Tools, Mobile One. We love you guys. We thank you guys. Dealers and distributors, thank you. Woo!
They leave a 50 light for Hagan, but is there enough horse underneath him? Finish line stripe, the win light comes on for Austin Prock. 406.9 at 318 beats a 409.9 at 309. And Hagan says, what's a guy got to do around here to get a win light against this kid?
Your reigning champ Austin Prock is taking off his fire suit, throwing stuff over his shoulder because he just went back-to-back for the second time this year. You've now got 4 wins on the season. You are a funny car champion here at the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals. How's that feel, brother?
God, it feels amazing. To win back-to-back in this category is so tough, and I'm just so proud of my family, this whole Cornwall Tool team, all the dealers out there busting their tails to let us come out here and play. I mean, this is amazing. So, yeah, the old Prock Rocket, it got me out of a hole again there, man. It left, and it was sideways like a sprint car. It had the ass out, and just had to wrangle her in there, and glad to see that win light down there. Another amazing run by this team. John Force, another one for you, baby. Wow!
You got one more piece of hardware here from Bill Bader Jr. That is the NHRA, the Norwalk Raceway Park ice cream scooper, because you might need a little ice cream tonight to celebrate and cool off.
I ain't having no ice cream, but I'm going to have some cold beers.
It would be a lifetime achievement for these two men to record a victory together. Cory Reed, 12. Dallas Glenn shakes the tires. Cory Reed is a first-time winner in Pro Stock Eliminator. My goodness. Gladstone falls to his knees on the starting line. Unreal.
Cory Reed, for the first time, is an NHRA champion here in Pro Stock, the Summit Racing Equipment Nationals. You went through a murderer's row to get to this point to hoist that Wally. As the caveman, how good does this feel, brother?
This is incredible, man. Wow. I've been watching my dad win these things for a long time. I'm lucky enough to work with a great team. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's incredible, man. I'm lost for words. Hard to talk. I want to dedicate this to Willie and Diane, 2 people that have literally been with me since I started motorcycle racing, and they need this. I love you guys. Thank you for everything.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
They roll into stage in the final here of Pro Stock Motorcycle. Gadsden flinched by a significant margin first, 21 to the reaction time, 82 of Hall. Finish line stripe. It is John Hall, 688 at 196 miles an hour. Unbelievable. I thought Hall's goose was cooked when he had a 600's disadvantage, but Gadsden's bike went 695 and Hall got him.
Well, for the first time in 12 years, John Hall gets to hoist the Wally as the champion here in Pro Stock Motorcycle at the Summit Racing Equipment Nationals. John, what does this moment feel like for you?
I can tell you it doesn't feel like it's been 12 years. It feels awesome, and you never know if you're going to get another one. And to get this, man, I can't ask for anything more than that, man. I thank this MSR team, American Rebel Beer, Denzo, Doug Herbert Brakes. I heard that Kenny Koretsky's not doing well, so prayers to him. And, man, it feels good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we do return here from that break. You know, I think when we do breaks, we ought to just show great highlights of the 4 pro classes every week. Never done that before. Today we are joined by the most recent 2-time winner in the 2025 championship season, Justin Ashley. Sir, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And I have to say, first and foremost, I love your hat.
Well, I appreciate that. Listen, I make plenty of the show about me, so I won't continue. But I will tell you, my first Skag hat, Tim Wilkerson gave me in Winter Circle when I worked for JFR, and I had to sneak it home. My second one, Mr. Glady gave me, and I don't get to wear too often. I like to wear neutral hats on air, but I wanted to do it for you and Mr. Glady. Pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you made that decision. Mr. Glady he really is a special guy. He's one of a million.
He sure is. He's ultra kind. I remember the first time I met him, and we'll tell that story another time, I'm sure. Justin, man, I asked you upstairs in the tower. We all, as a sport, didn't talk much about one race winner out of 9. We all know why, but now 2 out of 10. Hell, that sounds really good.
It really does. You know, when you look at the season as a whole so far, now we're officially halfway through, and it's a good evaluation point, especially because we have a few weeks off before we head out west. I think when you look at the first 10 races, we have 2 wins. We have 5 final rounds, and that's a difficult thing to accomplish in today's top fuel class. It's just not easy because the depth of competition is that good. So I think it really speaks volumes of our whole Skag Power Equipment team, and it's something that I'm very proud of.
Looks like we had just a little bit of a sound issue, but we've got you now. I agree. I think that 2 out of 10 sounds great. We are halfway through the season, and now we've got another half. In stock car and dirt racing, they refer to the first half as the spring and the second half as the summer. But we've got a regular season that's winding down real soon, and you've got one hell of a shot at claiming dibs on that. What do you say?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I certainly think so too. It's a big prize, right? You're talking about $150,000 to finish the regular season in first, and a regular season championship trophy, which is something that has not been offered before. It's new. It's something that we want to accomplish. Ultimately, the goal is to win the world championship. But in order to do that, taking a big step would be winning the regular season championship and seating ourselves in the number 1 position going into the playoffs. So it's not everything, but it's significant, and we've now inserted ourselves into that competition. We have a long way to go, a lot of really good people in front of us, a bunch of really good people behind us, but we got to keep our foot to the floor, and we really want to accomplish that goal.
Well, we want to talk more about the season, but let's hold still and talk about Norwalk. You've had some great memories here. You shared with the fans upstairs and down. Your father was fortunate enough to win there in 07 in that funny car. And you finally got an ice cream scoop this weekend. Talk about Bader's Place.
Yeah, that's awesome. His place is one of a kind. It really is. He does a fantastic job of supporting the NHRA, its fans, the teams, the drivers. He provides such an amazing platform and just an outstanding and incredible race. So it's one of our favorite places to go. It's one of our favorite places to win. And this time we won the whole darn thing, and it was pretty cool to go into the winner's circle there. It has a lot of history for me, being that my father won there in 2007 in funny car, and I was at the top end when he did that. And then having licensed there in Top Fuel and Antron Brown's car in 2017. So a lot of really good memories, and just added another one over the weekend.
Not many people can say they, licensed in the 4-time champs car. That's always a cool story when you bring those out. I wish there was a list somewhere where we knew who and how everybody licensed. You mentioned your father, Mr. Ashley, was indeed, he was a standout racer. Is there any kind of lesson or integral moment that maybe you haven't had the chance to share with an audience before? Anything that stands out? It could be funny, cute, serious that we don't know about Mike.
Well, there are probably too many stories, but one in particular I think about is watching him win Indy in 2007 and watching him win Indy in Funny Car, because that moment was a culmination of years and years of really hard work to get to that point. And I think what I learned at that very moment is the importance of team. It seems like on its surface, it's up to the driver, it's up to the individual, but it's not. They're just along for the ride. You have to have the right people around you. And it was then and there that I realized that if you surround yourself with the right people, more times than not, good things are going to happen and you're going to have success both on and off the racetrack. So that moment was very significant in my life and really was a turning point for me. And, I really, along the same lines, feel very fortunate to have the team, to have the group that we have that supports us today.
So you have the emotions of family, faith, tradition, of course, the spiritual element and traditional element of Norwalk. And now we get to 2 weeks off. What's going through your mind? 2 really emotional weeks and now hopefully some ice cream and TV.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'll tell you what, sometimes you win these races and you have to get right back to it. This one we'll be able to enjoy for a few weeks, which is nice, but it's really right back to the grind. The guys will be at the shop working on the race car, getting ready to head out west. As you know, there's always stuff to do during the week to prepare for the upcoming race and the upcoming races. So there's always marketing things. There's always public relations things. There's always things on the business side that I myself will be working on to make sure that we're ready to go off the racetrack when we head back to Seattle. And then on the racetrack, just finding ways to succeed. And that starts with the preparation physically, making sure that I'm physically and mentally prepared and ready to go, because every race, every round is important. Of course, I'm going to take some time to be with family, hopefully spend some time by the pool, by the beach, maybe dabble in a little bit of the television and ice cream myself. I'm not going to lie to you, but the focus will be on work and getting ready for the second half of the year.
Well, I think that you've more than earned that. You've made it really clear throughout your still relatively young pro career. The media and the fans certainly seem to come first for you, kind of simultaneously with your partners. But being behind the scenes, you did at least 3 shows today, ranging from morning to night. How do you prepare for interviews and fan questions and feedback seemingly all day long?
Well, I think, first and foremost, I really feel lucky to be able to do it. I'm having these conversations because we won, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is just kind of doing a review of the weekend, going back and saying, okay, this is what happened Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because when you're in the moment, sometimes you go through and you get out of it and you forget the details of how you actually got there and accomplished the goal to begin with. So a lot of it was some, we'll call it pre-interview prep, doing a little bit of a weekend rewind, which I like to do anyway. I think that's a healthy way to find improvement, whether it's in interviews at the racetrack, away from the racetrack, or looking at videos or in-car cameras or things like that to find ways to improve as a driver. So really just going back and kind of doing a reflection on the weekend as a whole. And I think that helps me prep it and get ready for some of these interviews.
We saw Buddy Hall last season, and I believe the under-23 start his own show. Any future where you're holding the microphone?
I don't know. Maybe, right? Maybe. Never say never. I think for right now, I'm pretty content doing what I'm doing. But hey, you never know. I'm going to try and leave it to the experts like you, because you do such an awesome job, AJ. But I think, who knows? You never know. Maybe in the future. But right now, I'm pretty content doing what we're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. That's far too kind. We have a couple of questions. We've got DJ Bland giving us a wave. See, he and I, we did what's called guerrilla marketing. We checked in on each other's show tonight.
That's
and
awesome.
You have Isaac in the comments saying he loves wearing his Skag gear, and it is comfortable, damn comfortable. I see you've got yours on tonight too.
I do. It is awesome. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate your support. We all appreciate your support. Skag Racing and Skag Power Equipment is one big family, and we feel like it's the best organization in all of professional motorsports. So I'm very grateful to be a part of it. I know that we all are. And, AJ, you and Isaac in the comments. We all, we're all very appreciative for the support.
Maybe if you ever get the show, you'll be sitting instead of a comfortable chair, but on a skag mower. I'm sure that'll be how it'll go down.
Yes, let's do it. Let's make that happen.
So before the interview, we texted a little bit tonight, and we said we would give you the opportunity. We're going to give a donation to the charity of your choice, but only if you can answer some fun questions here. A little bit of rapid fire. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, let's do it. I knew that couldn't be that easy. There had to be something.
Which driver would you never pick the restaurant for team dinner?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. It was breaking up a little. One more time.
Which driver would never get to pick dinner location for team dinner? Ooh, have we lost him? I see the race cars. I see me. But I don't see Justin. Let's see here. I see that we're still seem to be online a little bit here. We're going to go back to him here, see what we have. I'm checking the feed. It's not on us, and I hate to say that. I wonder if that's his way of tapping out. Justin Ashley, the great one here, a two-time winner in 2025. We'll take a short break, see if we can get him back here on Late Lap. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.
A 27 light for Justin Ashley, absolutely dictating terms on the starting line, and he wins on a hole shot. 393 beats a 392. He is a weapon.
There was nothing to be disputed here other than the fact that you just knocked the tree down once again, 27 on the tree.
And it looks like I've got you back. I don't know what happened there, but it don't matter. We don't got to joke about it. But the question here is, which driver would you never let pick dinner?
I'm going to throw one out here, and I'm going to go Steve Torrence, and I'm going to tell you why. Just because I feel like Steve Torrence being from Texas, and I'm all for barbecue, that's good, but I want the pizza. I want like the New York style pizza. So nothing against Steve, but I'll throw his name out there.
Little plug for New York. We love it. Who has the worst helmet hair in the top fuel class?
Sean Reed. I told him, I joke around. I said, listen, man, you're growing it out. When you win a race, I'm going to have to shave it like this for him.
If you had to be stuck on a road trip with only one pro driver, who would you select?
I'll go with Antron Brown. I think him and I could have a lot of fun together.
What would your go-to act at a talent show be?
My go-to act would be anything but my dance moves. So maybe when I was younger, I used to be able to hula hoop really good. So maybe I could still do that pretty good.
All right. And if you accidentally swapped fire suits with a driver, whose would look the weirdest on you?
Whose would look the weirdest on me? Matt Hagan, for sure. I don't think that would be a good fit. I love Matt, but I don't think it would be a good fit. I don't think he would fit into mine either.
We've always admired your character, the way that you seem so disciplined when you're at the track, when you talk to people. And so that's why we didn't say, hey, it's got to be a pre-approved charity. I'm sure it's something just wonderful. Who would you like to shout out and recognize today? What great group?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. There's a foundation called Fat Boy Foundation, which was named after a wonderful young man who unfortunately, tragically lost his life in a car accident named Jonathan Holland. And he had a lawn care business called Fat Boy Lawn Care. And his parents have carried on his legacy and his name, and they offer scholarships to individuals looking at trade schools. So I think it's a wonderful charity. I think it's a pretty amazing way to carry on his legacy, and you can check it out at fatboyfoundation.org.
Well, we'll certainly be happy to offer them our hello and our support on your behalf. We appreciate you for being here. 10 more races to go, and we wish you the best heading into the rest of your championship season, Justin.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all that you do. I think you have an amazing channel, an amazing show. I appreciate your coverage of the sport, so thank you.
Justin Ashley, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Late Lap. When we come back, we'll wind this thing down a little bit shorter of an episode, but one great guest, and as you saw during the intro, one great racetrack. You're watching Late Lap. We'll be right back. folks, at the end of every great show, I always like to have some kind of scripted anecdote, story, or, opinion. And I think I gave it at the start of the show. We're back home again in Norwalk, Ohio. It's just so special to me. I know that an overwhelming majority from Studio 1396 is here in my backyard of Central Ohio, friends, family, and even a few business partners here and there. And I can't thank them enough for tuning in every night, Monday through Thursday, every week. We've had 200,000 views since May 1st. Certainly not something I take for granted. We want to thank our great guest, Justin Ashley. Congratulations on 2 wins out of 10 in the Top Fuel class. Tomorrow, when we return, we will talk Chase Elliott, awesome Bill's son from Dawsonville, winning in Atlanta, as well as the car of the day, the Ford Explorer Trimmer package, which has just been announced by the Ford Motor Company. And of course, we will preview that upcoming NASCAR race heading into the weekend. I'm AJ England. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Smile, be happy, and until then, and to our friends in the South, sea amable consigo mismo. Sea amable con otros. Sonríe, sea feliz. Hasta entonces. Cuídese. Good night, everybody.